What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna be working on this 2016 Nissan Altima. It has a 2.5 and I'm gonna be replacing the air fuel ratio sensor, or as many people know it, the O2 sensor. Okay, so the car has a check engine light and I'm pulling out the codes. So I'm gonna check to see what it has. Okay, so I got a P015B, P015A, P014D, and P014C. Okay, so I already checked the sensors and it's saying that it's the upstream air fuel ratio sensor, and it's saying that it has a slow response. So I already checked a couple of other sensors. I went into the screen where you can monitor the sensor. So it's actually, it's this one right here. So you go to the main signals and you're able to see what every sensor is doing when you turn the car on. I'm not gonna turn it on because I don't want the sensor to get hot. I'm gonna be removing it right now and replacing it. I already turned it on though, and I noticed that the sensor is working properly right now. So this is a problem that comes and goes. So as of right now, I'm gonna assume it's the sensor itself, because I already checked a couple of other things and everything seems to be working properly. I already drove the car and I was looking at the sensors, and all the sensors seem to be responding when I step on the gas pedal. So for right now, I'm just gonna show you guys how to remove the upstream oxygen sensor or air fuel ratio sensor, and I'm gonna install it and I'm gonna come back and check it on the scanner, see if it's working properly. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the car off for now, and I'm gonna go outside and start removing the sensor. Okay, so on this one, it's pretty simple. All you gotta remove, it's this plastic right here, the intake air duct or whatever you want to call it. So pretty much it has two 10 millimeters on each side. So it has one right here and then the other one right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and take those off, and then I'm gonna take that plastic off. Okay, so now that I got that off of the way, it's right there, I'm gonna remove this heat shield. You don't have to remove it, the sensor is sitting right here, so you don't have to remove it, but I'm just gonna do it so you guys can see the sensor better. So all you gotta do is just take off these bolts right here. So there's 1, 2, and 3, and the fourth one is right there, and then this should come off. Okay, so the heat shield is out of the way. Now we can better see the sensor. So I'm gonna spray some WD-40, and I'm gonna use this special socket so I don't strip the sensor. I'm gonna disconnect it first. So here it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray some WD-40, and I'm gonna let it sit for a second, and then I'm gonna try to take it off. Okay, so here's the old sensor. This is a new one I'm gonna be putting on. So I'm gonna make sure it's the same. And they look about the same. Let me see the connection. This one's a little longer, but that's not a problem, as long as the connectors are the same. So the connectors, they seem to be the same. So I'm gonna go ahead and install this one. I'm assuming that this one is having a problem with resistance, so maybe when it gets hot, it's building resistance, and that's why it's not responding. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on, and then I'm gonna turn the car on and drive it and see what it does. Okay, so I just installed the sensor. I'm gonna put the heat shield back on and that plastic. Then I'm gonna go inside of the vehicle, turn it on, and hook up the scanner, make sure everything's working properly. Okay, so everything is on. Now I'm gonna go inside of the car and I'm gonna make sure the sensor is working. Okay, so before I turn it on, I'm gonna make sure I erase any code that it has. So I'm gonna go ahead and erase the codes with the scanner. Okay, so there's no more check engine light. So I'm gonna go ahead, drive for a couple of days, and I'll come back with you guys and I'll show you guys if the light completely went away. Okay, so I drove the car for a couple of days. I'm gonna check to see if I don't have any pending codes, and I'm also gonna check my monitors. So I'm gonna turn the ignition on. I'm not gonna turn on the car. So I'm gonna check on the scanner. So I don't have any codes and all my monitors are complete. So I'm gonna check to see. So there's no codes. There's no codes at all. So I'm gonna check my monitors. Okay, apparently all the monitors are completed after driving it for a couple of days. I'm gonna check the other computer. And all the monitors are complete. So that's it. That's how you fix the code. Just replacing the oxygen sensor. In this case, it was a fuel ratio sensor. It's the same thing as an oxygen sensor. It does the same thing, but the signal, it's different. The voltage is different, but it's pretty much the same thing. So that's how you fix it. I mean, I drove the car for a couple of days and it's been fine ever since. No more check engine. And that's how you fix the code. So that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.